Hi and welcome to Paper Crafting Tuesday. Today's card will be very colorful, fun summer colors. I'll be using memory box, stencils, and mask, and as well as my favorite ink from My Favorite Things. It's a hybrid ink and we'll be doing some embossing with it. I have a piece of cardstock that measures 3 3/4 by 5. And contrary to what I'm used to doing, I will stamp the sentiment first. And this sentiment comes from this lovely stamp set by Penny Black. Special Wishes and number 30-229. It's got a whole bunch of sentiments for birthdays, best wishes, thank you, friendship, with love. Very versatile. Love it. And I'm going to be using My Favorite Things black ink. I'm going to make sure that I have a good coverage. I want the sentiment almost at the bottom, but not quite. This ink is a hybrid ink. It means that it is also embossable. So I will dry this with my heat tool because later on I'm going to do some clear embossing and I don't want any of the powder to stick to that sentiment. Next I have a beautiful mask by Memory Box, and I'll be using hybrid inks as well, and I have a few daubers. So I'm going to work around the sentiment, and I also want to pay attention to the fact that I will add clouds to this. So I'm starting with the lemon drop. I'm going to remove the mask. Oh, I love that. So pretty. Next, I'm going to take my embossing powder, my clear embossing powder. And this is just going to add a little bit of a shine, or glossiness I should say, to our background. And I'm just going to heat set that. For the clouds, I have another memory box. This time it's a stencil, and I have another hybrid ink. This one is called Blue Raspberry. Love the name. Before I decorate the card even further, I'm going to glue my pieces down. This piece of craft cardstock measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So I'm going to glue this down with my two-way adhesive. And I always say, if you're afraid to glue your pieces crooked when you have a large frame like this, you can always use your Perfect Layers ruler to make an even border. Now I'm going to glue this piece onto a white base, white card base that measures 4 1/4 by 11 that I folded in half with some foam adhesives. This time around I have a very small border, and I always find it's easier to line everything up when you have a very small border. Okay, now I have these cute little butterflies and they're craft colored. That's why I have chosen a craft mat. Choose the ones that I like. So I'm probably going to put 3. So for this I'm going to use mini glue dots. And lastly, I want to add some of these baby blue pearl. They're going to pick up the color of the clouds. All right, there we go. We're done. This is such a happy card. I love the bright colors. These inks I've discovered a couple of weeks ago and I'm absolutely in love with them. They're great because for me this is like a go-to ink. You can stamp, leave it as is. You can stamp and emboss. You can also use the black ink to stamp an image that you want to color either with your Copic markers, which are alcohol based, or your water based marker. Awesome. So you don't need like a whole bunch of inks that do different things. Just one ink will do it all. You can emboss, you can color. Awesome. I love how the card came together. I'm in love with these cute little butterflies, and they're very inexpensive. You get like 40 in a pack, and it's such a good value. And of course the little pearls that go and pick up the blue of our fictitious clouds, because yes, I know clouds are not blue. Sometimes they're gray or white, but in my world they're blue. So I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I will be back on Friday.